This house in Fair Lawn, New Jersey looks like any other house on the block. But what's inside might surprise you. Hello, Edna.
Hello.
Gary Baumgarten. Thank you for inviting me
nice
into
to
your
meet
house.
you.
Although this doesn't look like a house like any normal house. Holy cow, what am I in? This is
Okay,
where you
thank
live?
You right?
You actually live here?
I do, and I create here, and almost everything here is mine, my creation.
Wow, you're multi-talented because
And my name is Edna.
I did
Nice
say
to meet
hello,
you.
Edna. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, excellent.
Thank you. Please come in. I don't
Thank you.
know what.
Well, I'd love a tour. I like to know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Okay, I call her Elizabeth, and she is a gift that I got from my daughter years ago. And this is part of course. I'll tell you that I have several periods in my life. I started with drawing, pencil and charcoal for several years. Then I had a period of painting in oil. And about 10 or 15 years later, I started to paint actually. So now I'm jumping, but I started to paint about when I was 25. Because all my life, my main profession in love is music. And I started to play the piano at the age of 3, and that's it. That's the base, piano music, classical music. Then at the age of 25, as I mentioned, I started to paint. And about when I was 40 or 45, I started to sculpt. So what I'm going to show you, this is in a house apartment. It's not too big. And I squished everything. And the paintings and sculptures are not exactly arranged in a certain style. So I'll just tell you, you'll show me what you want to know about what, and I'll explain.
Okay, good. So it's not like curated like a museum. This is this section, that section.
Exactly.
Because this is your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you change things up, by the way?
All the time.
All the time, huh?
It's like I cannot wear my hair the same every day. I have to change. I have to have some changes. And you are, how did you guess? How did you know?
I didn't. That's why I asked. Wow. And how many pianos? 2 pianos?
Yep. Yeah.
You can only play one at a time.
Yeah, you can play with a partner, another pianist. You can play 2 pianos. And actually, both of them are gifts for one of my birthdays. One from my husband, one from my daughter. And I enjoy them very much. There is not one day that I do not play, a little bit at least.
What's your favorite piece on this floor?
Who is your favorite child?
Oh.
Can I answer such a question? I can tell you which is my favorite composer. I love Chopin. Chopin is my really beloved composer. But which piece, I really don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
No idea.
So even your dining room table is part of the display.
Yeah, because this house is actually me. And me, I mean the interior, the design, the art, the way I put stuff. And it bothers me if something is not correct, and I don't know what is correct, but there is something inside me that says that has to move, that has to be in such an angle. And I'm looking at the whole scene as maybe a painting, and I can stand there and This has to be exactly the table in a right angle here, and this is dark, and the door is dark, so it balances. I never studied interior design, but I have something in me that this is very important for me. And that's how I arrange my stuff.
So when I walked in, I felt from the wall some eyes staring at me, and those are the eyes that were staring at me. What am I looking at here? It's more than, oh my God, there are many eyes there. I just realized. I didn't notice that at first.
Do you remember about 30 years ago in National Geography on the cover, the journalist took a picture of, I think she was Bedouin or an Arab young 13, 14-year-old girl that she has the most amazing turquoise eyes. I don't know if you remember.
No,
And
but they have
few years-
the best photographers, obviously, are the
and few
National
years,
Geo.
and 30 years later, he went to look for her. And he did find her. It took him many months, and he did find her. Her eyes were not turquoise, lively anymore. And she was like buried there in the desert behind all the traditional stuff. So I found that actually, even though she was not the same beautiful, young, lively girl, still there was some light in her eyes. So I painted flowers that resemble her eyes. And she's still tied. I painted sort of like the same fabric tonality and texture because she's tied to her tradition, to the way of living, but still she has some hope in her eyes.
Wow, what a story. So let me look at the pianos because they are the centerpiece of the room, I think. And by the way, we are just looking at one room. This is your living room.
Yep.
But it's like this throughout your house.
Yep. Right.
I mean, this is what makes it so unique. I never heard of a person turning their home into an art house like this before.
That's nice. For example, all these are the piano hammers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I got from my piano tuner. And this is a little on the dark side because I made it. It's an assemblage, not a collage. A collage is when you put papers together.
Right.
Assemblage, from the word to assemble, is different materials. So this is an assemblage that I made during a year ago when there was the October war in Israel. And as an Israeli born, I didn't sleep for many nights, and this is a creation of sort of symbolizing darkness and blood, but there is a hope because there is this music, and this is a drawing that I made.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know whether on the camera you could, on the video you could see, but it projects out. It's really quite remarkable. Who's this lady?
Okay, so this is like the last, I would say, 6-7 years. I'm dealing with found objects. My husband happened to buy from me few mannequins. And
Just on a whim, he bought mannequins?
yeah, because somebody was closing his store and he had mannequins and he wanted to throw it out or something. And my husband said, "No way, my wife will know what to do with it." And I was stuck with 6 or 7 huge mannequins. I didn't know what to do with it. And I started to work on it. And slowly, I discovered that I love working with found objects, and I have downstairs a whole floor with, you will see, some are scary, but I think that they are very interesting. So all my friends, excuse me, all the garbage, all the old stuff, they know where to bring it.
You'll turn
Bring
it into
to
art.
Edna Dagan. She will do something. So what you see is like pieces of a game from my kids' game, all kind of materials from everywhere, and she became like a fashionada lady.
So it seems to me that there are things that people can look at. It's like sculptors. They always say, well, I look at it and it's a rock. You look at it and it's a sculpture. You could see the sculpture within the rock.
So true.
You seem to have the ability of taking any medium, any object, anything that's presented to you. I bet you if I brought something to you and I said, Edna, here's your challenge. Could you make this into a piece of artwork? You could probably do that.
I think so. Yeah.
Where does this come
I love
from?
doing.
Where does this come from?
I don't have an idea. Sometimes things in my life I really don't know. Like for example, the piano. I started to study at the age of 3, and about when I was 14, I was tired of practicing the piano. I didn't like it so much because of my friends who were playing outdoors and so forth. But I was a good girl and I listened to my parents. You have to study the piano. And from the age of 3 to the age of 14, I dragged myself. I was good, I was excellent because he gave me this talent. But at the age of 14, 15, all of a sudden, I have no idea why, where, what influenced me. I started to practice 10 hours a day. If I practiced 9.5, I couldn't sleep. So that's it. It became really my passion for life. And that's the same with painting and sculpting. I don't know, and I never know what will come out. I don't know what will, que sera, whatever will be. And I'm going along with myself.
Every room,
Even
if it's utilitarian, also has the paintings and the sculptures and so forth. Do you wake up every morning studying your own work because there's so much of it?
And it's so funny that my husband loves this work, and this is the opposite his side, and I love mostly the piano and hair, which are not in my side. So we both waking up in the morning looking to the other side. That's funny, I know.
Even though it's your work, do you see something new in it when you look at it again?
That's such a great question. No, not in the art, because sometimes I just redo it, or I paint over it, or I throw it to the garbage, or I don't know. But it's so interesting. In music, I do. Like I started to work recently on Mendelssohn piece, Capriccio Brilliant. And even like yesterday, I played it and I discovered something new. I discovered like a question and an answer in the music that I didn't realize it before. So thank you. Thank you for realizing it.
We are now
like a bar mitzvah.
We're now descending into the basement where I'm told certain people will be awaiting our arrival. That's what I was told. Wow. Look at this basement. Oh my gosh. Once again, the theme of the strings. Everywhere you go, there are
Piano,
string
hammers,
instruments.
Cello.
Now, when you get an old cello like that and you look at it, you actually see this person in
Not-
in the
not-
cello, or when
No.
does she come out?
When I go to the treasure box and I pick up some stuff, and all of a sudden, this goes here, this belongs here, and I don't know why, but I just feel it intuitively, and I know that that's right.
Wow. She's very pretty, by the way. I wish you could introduce her to me.
Yeah.
Saxophone?
And coffee pods,
Oh.
and the happy music is coming up.
You turn even coffee pods into art.
Right, because I love coffee.
I know, but everybody just discards them. You turn it into art. It's just amazing. And more string instruments.
Yeah.
You know, you and your husband live here alone, but you don't. You have a lot of friends in here with you, don't you?
Correct.
Do you ever feel like they're real? Probably not, huh?
No. No.
Is this paper mache? This
No,
one on the right?
No, that's wood.
It's wood. Okay.
Yeah. This I have to glue here. We just moved
Put her
here.
together, yeah.
We moved in a few months ago. So during the move, it was right. So this is the whole world.
Wow.
This I picked up in a park, lying on the ground. I washed it. I dried it for about 2 months. And this is the base of the world. Here you have a little village. In the sky and the stars and the moon, dream catcher. And again, I'm using ropes. I have something, I like ropes. It has something that I don't know what exactly. And this is, it has to be on a turning table, so
Otherwise, you can't see it all.
yeah. And here,
Wow, so intricate.
they symbolize sort of like rain, water, river going down, and of course, peace. There is always hope.
Well, that's exactly what we need today, is a lot of hope,
Right.
don't we?
Exactly.
Maybe the ropes represent water. Maybe it's nautical. That's what I think of when I see them anyway, because I'm a
Right.
sailor, so that's what comes to my mind anyway.
Mm,
Of course, everybody interprets these things differently. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of art.
right.
Gotta hand it to you. That's pretty cool. Get it? Gotta hand it to you.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty bad when you have to
And
explain
this-
your own
and this-
jokes.
And this is not mine. This
No.
is my grandchildren.
Oh, it runs in the family.
Yeah.
Very
All
nice.
in the family.
And this lady?
And this lady, oh boy, she is silent. She doesn't complain, even though she has all these things stuck in her head.
But you know what? I think that people like you have a lot of things stuck in your head too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And she's yearning to get out and then to be free. Something is pressing her, but finally she can get out of it.
Right. Just like any other bird. Are these people you know?
Oh yeah, daughter and son-in-law.
Ah.
And they used to have this little puppy that her husband used to tuck in his pocket here.
Really?
And they are in love, so he's playing on her heartstrings.
I bet you they just love this. And here we have eyes staring at Gary again.
Yeah. This was a series of 12 paintings. It was 20 years ago, I think, in Israel, the museum. They had a celebration for Heinrich Heine, and a theme of his poems and whatever he wrote in philosophy, I put in paintings, and I had like a whole series, but it was all sold, so this one stayed. And he loved women.
So you seem to get inspiration from famous people. You get inspiration from family. You get inspiration from strangers. You get inspiration from nature. You get inspiration from discarded items. You're just full of all kinds of inspiration.
Yeah, probably.
It's really quite interesting. As we were discussing earlier, the fact that you are multifaceted, the fact that many artists, they find one medium they feel comfortable with, and then they try to excel at that. You are unafraid. You're fearless. You'll take anything and try it at least once, right?
Yeah, true.
But I think you're a bit of a perfectionist, because you told me several times
Not a
that
bit.
you've discarded a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and also each of these works are between 100 and 200 hours at least. I work a lot, really.
Now, is it work to you? Is it relaxing? Do you put pressure on yourself? What is it like when you're going through the process?
You're so wise. You ask such wonderful questions. I love the process. In music, in art, I love the process. I love working. When I was young, like 16, years old, we didn't have video, telephone in Israel. And I was practicing 10 hours a day the piano. So I invented a system that will really evaluate my work of the week. I used to take paper and write numbers from 1 to 20, 1 to 20, and cross with different colors. Each day, different color, like 1 to 100. I practiced 100 times. Next day, I a different color. But the end of the week, I created such a beautiful page of work. So this is the process that I love.
Do you wish to share this with the world? I think you had mixed feelings about inviting me into your house, because it's now going to go out there for a lot of people potentially to see.
I'm glad. I love people. I love sharing my art, sharing my music, sharing myself. I love everybody.
I will say this about you. I know this already, only knowing you for a short period of time, and that is you enjoy as much as they enjoy learning from you about your very unique life. You're very inquisitive about other people. When you had a group of people over here yesterday, you demanded from them that they tell you their story.
And you never know what will come out.
Right. Before you allowed me to interview you, you actually interviewed me. That doesn't happen very often in my profession. So you like to size people up, and you're inquisitive about people. How does that affect your work? That inquisitivity about people.
I don't know how it affects my work. It affects my life. And friendship for me with people is knowing their grandparents, their children, the whole thing. So not even friends, even foreigners, like somebody that I met for the first time, like you. I feel that I understand you and know you better and like you better if I know the whole story. It's like an aura around you.
But have we as a society lost that in large measure, where people don't really take the time to learn who the other person is because we're so rushed all the time, and we're on the internet with 20 seconds. 20 seconds, you tell a story in 20 seconds on TikTok today.
Yeah.
You learn nothing about the person, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's me.
But I'm saying, taking it out of Edna and into the world, do you lament the fact that maybe that my circles and yours are different, and this is unusual to me and not unusual to you because it's your life, not mine. But do you feel like we're losing something in society right now along the way as we march forward at rapid speed with technology, etc.?
Yeah, but there is hope because there are ups and downs in history, in life. It will be okay. That's for sure.
I'm going to take that as the closing words of the interview and then enjoy the rest of the house. Edna, thank you so much. I was anticipating that this would be wonderful. I never thought it would be this wonderful.
Wow, thank you.